Hi, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. I think I'm gonna be fixing HK-47, or at least attempting to, but I also looked up how many repairs there are in the end, and there's 4, and we can get him a bit of regeneration, which is cool, but it's not that significant in the grand scheme of things. But bonus to dexterity is always good.
I'm here.
So for this one I think I'm gonna need a buff and see if it will be enough. Other than that, I'm gonna need items, I think, already, or more levels, of course, and that'll be that. So, oh, also if I'll level Basila up and give her higher level of Knight's Valor, that will give me more bonuses. So we'll see how that will work.
Sure. Statement.
We already heard that. Some restoration.
If request.
We've been over this as well.
Negatory. Appeasement.
And let's see if this will work this time.
As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meat bag. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Right. Of course he's a robot, but I can hear him breathe in and speak then, which shouldn't happen with a vocabulator. They didn't pay attention to that, I guess. They didn't cut that audio out. But oh well, I heard it, and now you've heard it as well. So, I guess...
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
I guess we're gonna have only one repair for now. So have I got the bonus yet? I mean, still?
Yes.
Or did it run out? I'm just gonna try running it again real quick off screen to see if it will if it's the matter of time running out or me actually not meeting the requirements. Did she get speed? Oh, because of course she was casting buffs because I used one skill. So she just went on. Right, so I'll see about that.
Supplication.
Well, it didn't work, so
As
I guess we're gonna have to continue with the main plot. And that's awful, isn't it? So we're off to the Eastern Dune Sea to meet up with the Twi'lek hunter, or Twi'lek. Twi'lek, I'm gonna go with Twi'lek. You have to settle on one pronunciation. You can't just keep on flip-flopping and kind of continuously cater to 2 different audiences. Yeah, the consistency is the biggest part of language, so I'm gonna stick with that. And from there we're gonna have to also visit our ship. Well, once we're done with the whole planet here, but we're gonna have to visit our ship and deal with Geeskaz. And oh yeah, we're gonna have to buy the banta food. That'll be fine.
Oh, it's you again.
Yeah.
I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization in triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Still should be showing the pass to him anyway. Because you know, you never know when and would they lose it and they're not authorized to leave it anyway anymore. Right, so speed this time. And straight to the Eastern Dune Sea, I think. If we'll see raids in a straight line, I'll take care of them, but other than that, I won't be bothering. Yeah. And something I was going on about the Geeskaz, yeah, buying Banta fodder. But that'll be that, I think. Oh jeez, it's so bright. It's as if it's a desert. What did you say? Jeez. Are those spots rubble or raids? I can't tell. Oh, they're raids. I can see them moving there. Right, so we're gonna have a little bit of a combat and a few credits, like 100.
Sure.
Right.
Acknowledgement.
Yes. We're still managing to not aggro the whole group, which is fine enough. It'll just mean it will take a little while longer. Our team needs to figure out that we're in combat as well. Funny how our team isn't aggroed either to the rest. But it's working fine so far. Yeah man, I don't know. Have I put repair items on... Oh hey, just attack him again. Have I put repair items on... of course, going on with the regular attack. On other crew members, and I'm gonna have to take them off of them before dealing with the problem. What stunned him? Whatever it did, it's fine. That helped. Right, so Zalbar might be wearing something that fixes him, or mission as well. So I should scour them, because again, we can't select someone else that's better at repair than us to perform repairs on HK, because that's smart. We've been over this. And have I already mentioned, because we're nearing the end of Tatooine, so the very important part of the game here is Bastila. So when she was looking all sad and puppy-eyed back at the beginning of our visit here, when we were passing near the place, cantina or something, there is her mother is just there, and she first talks about how she had a falling out with her, and you just so happen to meet her in the bar, and she goes on whining about things, and you learn how her husband, Bastila's father, went on some adventures to provide for the family, you know how it is, and now she wants something back out of it, because he's dead, he hasn't come back, so he's presumed dead, I'm pretty sure. And there's that. So dugongs, they're not dewbacks, they're not aggressive, but they're pretty cool lizards. I always like the dewbacks, they're cool. Her father is gone, so she wants something back, and one of the things that are back, she wants back, is his notebook or notepad, whatever, right? Whatever technology equivalent of notebook there is. So there's that, and we of course find it in the last place we're gonna look for, or look in for whatever there is left in the story on Tatooine, and we can then tell Bastila to return it to her mother, so for her keepsake, or for her sake. Both are, but both of what I said is fine. It just means a little bit different thing. Right. I can't go there, but I just wanted to approach the rubble because it seemed like I might loot it. I guess not. So you can either tell Bastila to keep it for herself or give it back to her mother, because in the end, if you're a good enough mediator, that is to say, if you bother enough to care, you can try to reconciliate both women into, I don't know, peace at least. Mostly calm Bastila, because you hang out with Bastila, and that pushes the romance forward. That you can actually romance Bastila a little bit, and you can have a sneaky little cheeky kiss in one of the crew quarters compartments on the Ebon Hawk, and it's not really animated, or it might be even glitched out, and you can use a mod to restore the whole animation. The animation is awkward, it's very rudimentary, but it exists, and the dialogues are still in the game, one way or another, so they can be enabled and listened to, so you can hang out with Bastila like that. Or, you know, one way or another, when you deal with this quest, I think it progresses the romance, so feel free to do whatever you want, if you want to see how it looks like on your own time, in your own game. Me, however, we're not doing it, because we don't really care about Bastila. If, you know, we're an independent man, we're rich, we're strong, we're powerful, we can have whoever we want. If she doesn't want that piece of meat, that is her loss, right? So, also, back at the town, there's of course a swoop race track with a hut on top of it. And he pays, I mentioned that, he pays in tokens as opposed to real money. So you have to replace those bonds somewhere for either real money or services, I don't remember.
Tired of waiting, Comad. How big can this dragon of yours
You can see how big it is from over here. We've got frames of references, we're not in space where anything is... Oh, you changed your mind? Yeah, by the way, he's dead. It's an awful cutscene, because you can see the Krayt Dragon over there, sleeping, and then the dude is running in screaming, getting eaten, and then the dragon just falls back into sleep again. And if you get too close to it on your own right now, you'll wake him up as well, and he'll eat you too. So I saved right there, so I can try to loot the closest things, even though I can do the main quest right now, be done with it, and then loot everything safely. But no, I'm the kind of daredevil that deals with it. Will this be enough, or will he wake up? Yep, that was enough to trigger him. Fortunately, we've got a save. Even though it's massive and slow. Your entire party has been killed. Return to main menu. Good thing even HK has been eaten. So yeah, here's a clue or pro tip. You can't really loot anything over there until you get rid of the dragon, even though it's this close. Also, this is Dune Sea, right? And it's all sand, and especially in deserts the sand is very fine. The grains are very small, smaller than on your regular beach or in your sandbox, so it will move easier. But you can see here that there is a cave in a sand, although it really isn't, because you can see there is a different rock over there, so I guess there is some explanation. But here still, it's still sand, and a very fine one at that, and also not wet because it's a desert, and it's not sandstone either. So you know, if they made this kind of rock overhang here, with, you know, rocky structures like you've got over there, like mesas there and things like that, maybe that would be more reasonable, not that much of a stretch here. If you know a little bit about geology or sand, I guess it's coarse and it gets everywhere. If you know this much, I guess you're an expert. But then again, the whole planet is desert, and the winds and sands smashing around against those mesas, so I'm not sure if there would be any high-standing structures anymore left. So, but then again, maybe they started as really tall, really high, really big mountains, and there's still something left out of them, even after those eons. So, Komad is the guy we need to talk to progress the story, so let's. I thought I would see you here, human. We are hunters, you and I. Perhaps we should pool our skills. I have tracked a very special beast to its lair. A great dragon rests within, and tonight he is the hunted, although by unorthodox means. You've tracked him. All you had to do was come here, see the massive hump, like a hill, massive hill, see there is a hole in it, and the dragon lays right there, so hardly any tracking skill required to find it. I mean, we found it by accident, so you might have as well. But you can think whatever you can. I mean, maybe you tricked someone with it, that dude that died. Oh yeah, he was just the regular that wanted money out of us. Did he? Didn't he? Wasn't he? From the previous episodes when we visited Faza's lounge the first time around. I think so. And now he's dead, so hey, score for us again. I thought you preferred to the solo hunt. We don't know that really. We didn't spoke to Nomad. We didn't speak to Nomad. Nomad? Conan. That's his name. Close, but why do you want me and not another hunter? Well, probably because the other hunter just died. And you're close, we're close. Why should I trust you? We shouldn't trust him. We just should listen and prepare for the worst. That's a very dramatic question every time it shows up in any media. Why should I trust you? There's this big weight put on trust, but you never need to operate on trust. You need to operate on limited. I used that phrase somewhere in some of my playthrough. Something about driving, right? Anyway, so provisionally, right? You don't need to trust him. You don't need to tell him anything about yourself. You just need to see what the option is, how he can, well, what the situation is, what the solutions are, and how he could or they could fuck you over, and prepare for that. If you're smart enough, you can outsmart them. I mean, like I said previously somewhere, I think as well, the ambush is only as good as you are, I guess. So if you can't ambush someone that can kill you. Like, you can't ambush a guy with a knife. You can't be a guy with a knife and ambush a guy with a gun, because you'll lose. What kind of ambush is that, even though you've got the element of surprise, and even if there's two of you with a knife and there's more, maybe a distance between you, right? So if they're just too powerful, you can't ambush them. So just be more powerful than Comad, and he won't fuck you over. Simple. And I'm looking for a star map. It may be in the dragon's lair. Right, we don't need to tell him that. We don't need him to know how important the artifact is. And I thought you preferred a solo hunt, so... Should we go? Because there aren't really any interesting options, so... What I want to say, what I would want to say is that, alright, let's get rid of the dragon. I mean, let's split the spoils. I mean, you know, let's see who does a bigger part in this. I mean, there's 3 of us and 1 of you. I don't know how we're gonna split the winnings, but we can hunt. I guess we can hunt and cash in the spoils or the trophy, and there's that. And then once he leaves with his cut, we can get in and deal with our problems, or solve our problems, get what we're looking for, without telling anyone. So we don't need to spoil us, we don't need to tell anything and play coy. So, but I guess we need to, so... Let's go with the dramatic, even though I talked at length about how terrible of a line it is. Why should I trust you? I might very well ask you why you shouldn't. I haven't threatened you, human. I have merely asked you to help me. Perhaps I should question you. I have said my reasons for being out here. I can't be certain you are trustworthy. Right. So why would I see? He fucking reversed card that onto us instead of slipping under the radar and satiating his curiosity, or just playing into his hand more like. Now we have to explain ourselves for this right now, so we don't want to progress main quest. I'll have given me more information about how. Well, we don't really have many different options, but the second one is more in line of what I said spontaneously in the previous dialogue branch, or previous options, previous scene, or section. I don't know. I'll help. Give me more information about how. We must bait the great beast out of hiding and ambush him swiftly. There is no room to engage him in the lair, and his hide will repel blaster fire. Use missiles. I have placed mines around the mouth of the cave. We must coax him out, but this is the end of his season of hibernation. It will take much to rouse him. The food of a beast this size is almost exclusively banthas, and foolish hunters if we're not careful. To lure him out, we must lure his food to tempt him. No, but what are you saying? The end of his hibernation season means he'll soon awaken. He'll soon wake up, and he just woke up to eat that hunter. So what's the issue? What's the issue? It's clearly easy to deal with. I mean, also, can't he eat dewbacks? Is the only problem with dewbacks that we can't herd them inside the great dragon's lair, or would they be too smart to be let into the maw of the beast? How will we lead the banthas here? You placed mines. That doesn't seem sporting. Yeah. Also, did I mention it? Conads. I already forgot. Again, K to the boss, right? Comad and Conad's whole spiels that he's a traditional hunter. He hunts alone with simple guns, giving the hunted, the prey, the game chance to survive, the opportunity, like making it a little bit fair. Even though like here on Earth, often there are rules about how you can hunt, what you can hunt, when you can hunt, and with what. You can hunt them maybe with automatic rifles. You can hunt them with pistols, but maybe with large calibers, because small calibers won't kill them outright, so that will cause suffering to the animal. Maybe you can be limited with not so much a caliber, but rounds in a gun. Like you can carry a double-barreled shotgun to fire both barrels, or one in and the other in quick succession, but the time to break it open and reload it will give the animal the chance to run away and claim its victory in the hunt, because we care about that apparently. Give it a chance. Or if you've got a pump shotgun, you can load it up to 3 or 4 shots at once, or maybe 1 and 2 or 2 actually, or shit like that. So yeah, there are limitations, and he plays into them. Like he wants to give the animal a chance to run away, even though our greatest tool or skill is our intelligence. I suppose the animals we hunt that got heightened senses, and they're skittish and always alert, and it's hard to find them, and shit like that, right? So if we were to run at them with our bare hands, they would outrun us. But fortunately, we are the persistent hunters, the only thing that sweats and can recuperate stamina, so we can run it down until it can't run anymore. So we need to be able to track as well, but we can't track it with smell because we're shit at that. We need to look for tracks, and then we can stab it with spears. But since we're this smart, we can just eliminate the whole run and just have a gun good enough to hit the animal and kill it outright. So there is the diatribe about hunting, and Conad or Comad is the traditional hunter. So we shouldn't be able to know about the second line, so we're gonna go with 1. How will we lead the Banthas here? They too have their food of choice. We must find some Bantha fodder to lead the Banthas here. I have a few ideas about where this may be found. We already came across this in multiple stores. The Sand people keep Bantha herds, so some of them must have fodder on hand in their settlement. A vendor in Anchorhead also had some. He had a kiosk in the spaceport. If you find fodder and bait the Banthas here, the mines will deal with the dragon as it emerges to feed. Not exactly a glorious hunt, but it will ensure the safety of the region. And yeah, he's gonna just kill the dragon with lots of mines, as you can do at the end with the boss if you're failing, but that might be a bit of a spoiler right away. So anyway, we also might have already picked up Bantha fodder from corpses around in the Sand People settlement, and no Comad or Conad doesn't really care about that. So either way, we're gonna have to go over and bring the Banthas in. That seems very easy. Why aren't you telling me? What aren't you telling me? If it were as simple that as you have. Oh my god, what? If it were as simple as that, you'd have done it yourself. Well, the same line leading to the same answer, but you can be either kind of curious and skeptical, or pretty confrontative. Confrontative. I'm gonna go with confrontative. So I'm gonna go with confrontative. If it were as simple as that, you'd have done it yourself. There is one added threat. The Sand people regard Banthas as sacred. Attempting to feed the herd in this area will likely lead to an attack. We are far from the weakened tribes around Anchorhead. The Sand people of this region are strong, fierce, and will think nothing of killing you. Be careful. Oh, don't worry, we've pretty much wiped them out. They posed no real threat to me before, yet more Sand people. I've dealt with their kind before. Look, I have your father. Look, listen, just take it, right? So, I don't know if we need to really bother going into it, but I guess since we've got that option, look, I have your father. Good. Now, there is a herd that moves out in the desert. Lead them here. Approach them with the father and lead them here. So we've got lead them here and then lead them here. Kinda bad line. Bad writing. Great. I'll see what I can do. I'm tired of running around like this. I can't attempt this alone. If you won't help, I will have to wait for another hunter to come. The offer stands if you change your mind. Oh, we just refuse the whole quest, so I guess we have to agree to it. Time wears on. Have you found the Bantha fodder integral to our plan? This dragon will not reveal himself for our paltry scent. It revealed itself for the hunter previously. Bantha must be led to the cave to spoor the beast in the open. He will have a quick death after that. Look, I forgot your fodder. Good. I'll see what I can do. I wish you luck against the Sand People. When you return, the dragon will fall. I wish it could be under more sporting circumstances, but we must do what the circumstances call for. I had hoped for a mirror of my father's expedition, but that will have to wait. So yeah, clearly his father... again, we didn't talk to Comad, so I guess he tells you that his father had a hunt like this, and it was glorious. But he spills his beans right here, and that's fine enough, I guess, right? So we get a glimpse into what's on his mind right now. And hey, look, the Banthas were spawned right there for us for an easy brought-in, or bring-in, or less walking. So we're gonna deal with them as well. But Sand People, so right, these are the desert cows, and they're the sacred cows of Sand People. So Sand People are Indians, obviously, but Sand People herd cows. Indians don't, I don't think. They just worship them and throw shit at them as a courtesy, while Sand People actively herd and farm Banthas. So I guess they eat them anyway. Maybe they're not the same kind of sacred cows as they are in Hinduism in India. So they are considered sacred and taken good care of until they need to be harvested for whatever they have to offer. So I'm gonna go with that, I guess. They are alien tribe, so they're not necessarily comparable to what we've got here. They can have their own customs, I guess. And after all, it's a religious view, so it doesn't have to be coherent, right? So that'll be it for today. We've made a one small step for us, one giant leap for the playthrough. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully we'll see each other again in something else I play for you for free. And in the meantime, interact with the video and the rest of the channel, because the algorithm needs a reminder who's cool around here.